Good morning, my front wheel skids. How are we? After delving into the rabbit hole last night of what we call our football team's content on YouTube, no wonder silly bollocks here thought to himself, oh, we'll get people's views and we'll just put them on. And it turned out into Johnny's views. It's the most non-harmonious fan base on social media and media. Social media is not press media. Two totally different things. You've got ex-professionals on media giving their opinions. You've got social media, us lot, Joe Public, finding a platform where we can have a mouth off when we're frustrated. All celebrate the joy together. There's not much celebrating the joy together when we win at all, because it's so negative. When we do win, it's always because the other team was crap, or there's always an excuse why we won. I think we've lost that unitedness as Spurs fans. One Spurs fan has got a totally different opinion to the next Spurs fan. Has got a totally different opinion to the next Spurs fan. And there's not a lot of people that are straight down the line when you do the rabbit hole digging and you sit there and you watch TV channel after TV channel after it's not even TV channel, social media channel after social media channel. It's like a playhouse YouTube, isn't it? It's like a big playhouse where people can play at being the producer, the director, the editor, the presenter. And I don't pretend to do any of them things. It's just stupid bollocks here, fucking giving a fan's view on how critical people can be, how judgmental people can be. And I've had enough of it all. I do apologise for doing all my videos when I've called people condescending and patronising, and it's not I'm not here to judge you, to be honest with you. I was just giving I just fume sometimes after watching a video and have to go and do a video myself, feeding into the same interwoven horribleness, right? A lot of it's orchestrated on social media for views. So many people do not want to go against the grain because they want their channels to succeed, or they want their channels to be popular as other channels. What was the main reason some of these content creators actually created their channel for? Because they was inspired by other people doing YouTube. I was inspired by other social media platforms doing YouTube to become a content creator, to become, what's that phrase, everyone? I'm a YouTuber. Yeah. I suppose if someone interviewed myself and said, what do you do for a living, John? I'm a stay-at-home disabled dad who supports Spurs and do a few YouTube videos. Not a YouTuber by any means, not a content creator by any means. I'm just a geezer with a camera. That's it. Just a geezer with a camera. If you break it all down, all these content, social media platforms, are just geezers with cameras. Some geezers with cameras, or sorry, some birds with cameras as well. They they seem to feed off the ego side of it all. So when they're feeding off the ego side of it all, they continually think they're right because they've got 100 people following them, 1,000 people following them, 3,000 people following them, 17,000 people following them. Good morning, my little yid.
Morning.
You alright, Bubbler?
Yeah, I think I've got a cold.
And go and relax in. You've got so many people who feel they get a sense of grandeur from all these people following them. So in turn, when they make content, they're making content for their audience, thinking that their audience wants to see their particular point of view. Whether it's right or wrong, we can disregard that. They just continually pump out content after content, thinking to themselves, oh, you know, I've got 100, I can get to 400, I can get to 800, I can get to 1,000, I can get to I've got to 17,000, I've got to fucking 20,000, I've got to fucking 31,000. And the ego, the psychological high of people getting these views give them an enormous sense of well-being. And really, you shouldn't feed into that. You shouldn't. Them content creators are setting themselves up for a great big fall, because you go up, you got to come down. That's YouTube, you know. That's social media. That's the entertainment industry as a whole, you know. You got to stay humble, get your feet grounded. Not a lot of people stay humble, get their feet grounded. They lose their creativity, they lose their way, and all of a sudden they're orchestrating agendas, narratives, they've got to get their little foot soldiers on side, and the parasocial aspects of it is terrible, especially glorified keyboard warriors now. And then you got, I suppose, if you're not on YouTube, you could call everybody a keyboard warrior because they're all using digital media. So now you've got keyboard warriors with faces, I suppose. That's the only thing you can call it, isn't it? And then you've got the other side of the coin within social media. You've got the people reacting to the videos that they've just seen. And now they've got another aspect of when they all go on live together and they all feed off each other. You know, like, here's an analogy, you know, like in America, if you watch a lot of true crime and you get 5 or 6 teenagers together and they commit a crime in America and they're all egging each other on, and then the crime gets worse and worse and worse. You know, they always have to pick on someone to feed the ego, to You all right, my little girl?
No, I've got a cold from yesterday.
Told you, where going out, mate. And it's so rife in all YouTube communities now. People are just turning horrible. And I mean, not just horrible. They're orchestrating things and anything for a view, anything for a sub, anything. anything to get themselves out there, to get to this. They must have this thing in their head when, oh, I've got to get to 1,000. Oh, I've got to get to 2,000. Oh, I've got to get to 10,000. It's dramatic. It's really not nice. As a proper old school Spurs fan, no wonder none of my mates watch YouTube. Not one of them. Not one of them. Why? When you ask them why don't they watch YouTube, I asked a West Ham fan the other day, who's my cousin. Oh yeah, don't watch none of that crap. It's just true. It's all he said, she said. You know, all dramatic, all for views. It's like when you have a TV program on actual normal TV, and I mean, take for instance the Big Brother effect. Drama gets the views in. That's what YouTube is. Drama gets the views in. Everyone's using the same equation for their videos. You know, you can't just have a normal video about Tottenham Hotspur, which is a fan channel. You can't do that. You gotta get the drama. Otherwise, the views are not there. And if you do have a normal, can't you cough inwards?
No.
Yeah, they're all feeding off this horribleness. Cut a long story short. When people say, if I'd have known what YouTube was like, I would never have done it. Bullshit. Everyone knows what YouTube's like. If I'd have known what YouTube was like, I'd have still done it, because that was the point of me doing it. Letting other people have views who don't normally have the views, the people that get blocked in the chat, the people that get vilified in the chat. And they're all frightened. Thousands of people that you see in all different chats, all frightened. All these thousands of viewers are all frightened because all you see is the same names and the same people in chat. And all the other people that do watch the channel, I mean, look, if you've got a channel and you've got 4,000 watchers and you've only got the same 60 names in chat, that's a really tiny percentage of your watchers actually interacting in the chat, because the other watchers, they're not allowed to interact in the chat because they get vilified for their views. And if they do interact in the chat, it's the same people who interact in the chat with the same sort of view as a fan. Well, they're not fanatical, because if you was that fanatical about Spurs, you wouldn't be so disregarding in what's gone on. Some of them are so clinical in their facts and their figures and their stats, and they believe them. But stats can be manipulated, can't they, to whatever you're talking about. It's terrible. Okay, there's nothing united about Spurs television, Spurs social media. Not one thing. In fact, it's the opposite. It's like you've got the hierarchy of the bigger channels, and then you've got the ones just underneath it who have just got a little bubbling channel, all standing behind the big channels because they think that's where, oh mate, if I can get to that standard, I can just sit there in front of a computer and talk. You know, none of it's my cup of tea, not one bit. To be actively social on YouTube is a big downfall in a lot of creators' content and a lot of creation that think there's no need to be social. There's no need to be social to get ahead. If you think you can make it on YouTube, don't rely on anyone but yourself. to make content. You know, you find your own legs. Not stop using someone else's legs, because a lot of these people will just use other people's legs. Big creators, they run out of content, so they've got to use the littler streams to bolster their content to get ahead, because they've come to a plateau. Everything comes to a plateau in this life. That's the reality of it, you know. You only keep growing if you're doing your own thing and you believe in it. A lot of people obviously don't believe in their own thing because they get other people's stuff entwined into everything else. There was, we talk about entertainment industry in general, there was never any. If you've got an entertainment industry, i.e. the media industry, there's only 2% nice people ever in it. And there always has been, ever since the day dot. You know, because everyone wants to get. Cough again. Cough again. Cough again. Go on, cough again. Get a fucking drink. Now you're fucking sniffing. Fucking hell. Johnny with an iPhone. Mate, where's my studio? It's like, the entertainment, there was never nothing nice about the entertainment industry. Ever. You had people just stepping on each other just to get ahead, and that's all YouTube is. That's all YouTube is. You know, and at the minute YouTube is like the actors of Hollywood. It's like the actors of the BBC. Only the top 1% get shown permanently. The other 99% get thrown out the door. There's not much else to say about the entertainment. It's all encompassing entertainment, isn't it? It's all media. Why don't I feed into it? I don't know. Not my cup of tea. The minute the things start going good, I'll probably go. You know what I mean? If I ever got to 1,000, if I ever got to the magical number, what we all try and get to in their head. I haven't got a magical number in my head, thank God. I've not even got any illusions about anything, you know. It's just getting it off my chest for my own sanity's sake, my own mental health sake, so I don't have to carry it about with me. I can't stand carrying baggage. I can't stand carrying baggage when I'm on holiday. I can't stand carrying emotional baggage. I can't stand carrying a mental health baggage. And I always rely on those vulgar words of, oh, fuck them all. You know what I mean? Just get it off your chest. And, yeah, YouTube. Horrible. When is YouTube ever nice? You know, my missus goes and watches something on TV. It's a true crime documentary. They're just documenting horror. You know, watch something about history. They're just documenting horror. Watch something about sports. Just documenting all the bad things. There's not many nice sides to YouTube, is there? It's just constantly, you watch even the Urbex, they're just documenting decay. You know, the horrible bits of life. No one wants to watch happy bits, do they? No one wants to watch your kid's 10th birthday. No one wants to watch you getting on well. Even when it comes down to mental health, everyone's just documenting all the bad things that's happened. You know? Anyway, I'm off now. I'm gonna see if I can sort my little one out and get her to coffee it all up. unconditional love to everyone. Be brave. It's only Frankfurt. It's only Frankfurt. No one put the mockers on us. We'll be all right. We'll do all right.
You alright?
I'm doing a video.
Oh, so morning.
Reality.
Dad, doesn't Mum want to get woken up early?
Right. Take care. Love yous all. Yeah, I'll have a cup of tea. Baked potato.